Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakuraso here, coming at you guys with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch for you guys today. Or should I say buyout market watch, because we have a lot of buyouts today, and some of them are going to keep your head scratching, because you're going to look at these and be like, so why are people buying this out? But I'm here to explain that. So, if you guys enjoy these market watches, make sure to smash that like button. The last two market watches, we got over 100 likes, which I'm not used to having over 1,000 subscribers, much less over 100 likes on videos somewhat consistently, much less 2,600 subscribers. So thank you to all those who actually chose to be subscribed and give my channel a chance. I really appreciate it. If you're buying any cards off TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. And if you guys want to see any cards, let me know any suggestions / buyouts. Let me know in the comment section below. I love when you guys give me cards to go over, and we're going to get right into it. So also the Earth Charmer. So this is actually getting bought out, which I told people to grab it earlier. So you have 418 sales at 210, but we're just going to say it's 220 here. It's going up to about 270, borrowing out at about $300. Now, the reason why this is getting bought out is because there's a lot more Earth Machine support coming out, along with Therian in Dimension Force, which this card is going to see a little bit more play, actually. And if it becomes natural deck, you know, people are going to be summoning Ghost Bell and going to Asa to get their big monsters from the graveyard. Along with the deck also plays this. It's a pretty good starter. I told people to get this at $140 because TCG Player was having a 10% off, bonus bucks. Now, I don't know about you guys, but most of the time I say bonus bucks, I actually say 10% off. Because you're in a way you're getting 10% off. You're just using the 10% later. But yeah, $140, and it's an Earth Charmer. This card was $300 for the longest time. It was over $250. More of the time than it was 140, 150. So hopefully you grabbed your copy. If not, you have one more chance at 220. We've seen Charmers go to the moon. So grab yours while you can. Now, Blackbeard, the Plunder Patrol Ship Captain. This always happens when an archetype gets reprinted. If the majority of the cards of the archetype gets reprinted, the cards that don't get reprinted are going to skyrocket in price. And Blackbeard was the card they chose. Now, I had all the Plunder Patrol ships but this card. Anywho, you got Lightly Plates here for $9.50, Nimitz for $10 here. You know, I'm really not liking Plunders. Like, they just do these little things that piss me off. But I actually do love the artwork of this card. It kind of reminds me of VeggieTales, to be honest with you. Why I didn't get a copy of this card, who knows. Union Driver here from Eterico. Now, we're getting a good amount of Union support. And if you guys don't know what this card does, because this card was absolutely broken. Now, I got these not only as a penny stock beat, but because it reminds me of F-Zero, and I really love that series, even though we haven't got a game since 03. Once per turn, you target a face-up monster you control. You equip this card to that target, or you can unequip it to special summon it. When the equipped monster will be destroyed by a card effect, you can destroy this card instead. Well, you have to destroy this card instead, actually. You don't get the option, which is a little weird. But while it's equipped, you can banish this equipped card to equip a level 4 lower appropriate Union monster from your deck to the monster that this card was equipped to. Basically, whatever good Union card you want to equip, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to run 3 of this, because at that point you have 6 copies of that Union card. So it's not that bad, honestly. And it special summons itself, which is kind of cool. It's a level 5 light, so there's some cool little shenanigans you could do there, but that's not why the card's getting bought out. About $7 for near mids, going up to $8, $9 here. Now, it does have another printing besides the ultra rare. It does have this nice little rare here, which we're seeing at a whole 14 cents, because the 2021 tints were cracked like crazy. What's really funny, though, is I actually put these off to the side as well. So I have ultras and rares. So will the rare go to $1? Probably not. Now, Bhutan is getting bought out, and I'm going to read this card, and people are not going to understand why this is going to get bought out. So I'm going to go slowly. Main phase, you banish this card to target level 4 light fairy monster control, treat it as a tuner. It's also 1-for-1 target. So what you're supposed to do here is agents and fairies can technically play adventure, and this card actually helps do crazy stuff with that engine, so, along with making your cards tuners to go into the agent synchros. So this card is actually crazy in the deck. And, you know, it is a bit bricky, though, at times, like, because if you play this, you're going to also play Shine Balls and stuff like that, and you're going to be able to spam the field like crazy, because you sync this with the Shine Ball, and you know what happens with all that. $3 for Unlimiteds. First sets are $4. Now, this is why I tell people, oh, you have this in your bulk. But Galactic Overlord, and I feel old saying this, it's over a decade old. which is really funny because I remember, you know, playing when Galactic. This was one of the sets I was like. This was like the first sneak peek I think that I was that I ever went to. If I'm correct, so I really like Galactic Overlord. Protecting Spirit Logith. Again, all the fairy stuff is just going up here. So this card was about $3-4 when I last checked it. Right now, $5 here, and then man, I really hate seeing all this messy stuff with like the $3.99 shipping and all that. But you know, they're roughly $6-7 here. I will give you guys a quick you know, tip of advice here. I was about to say quick fact here. I guess it is technically a fact. But when you see people with this big shipping of $3.99, $3.99 for a 226 card, look in their inventory and see what other cards they have, because they can have other cards that are cheap, but they also have that shipping tag, but you're only paying the shipping once. So just be wary of that. Starlight rares. Now I actually have a Starlight rare. Because I love how this card looks. I think the aesthetic is cool, and I never thought it was necessarily a bad card. It just, the organization of the card's effect is bad, and I'm gonna go explain that a little more. So when a card is destroyed by a battle or card effect, now I'm not reading it off this, I'm just saying when a card has this effect, it's near the bottom. But for some reason, I don't know if this got lost in translation or they just did not care because it wasn't important. But usually that's at the bottom, and people are gonna read only the first half of the card usually. So we're gonna so basically when it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you target a monster on the field, it can't be destroyed by battle this turn. So you know, it's not, it's whatever, really, to be honest with you here. I mean, it could come up, but it's a very odd effect. Now, if an effect of a fairy monster control is activated, right, which happens in every fairy deck, right, except for during the damage up, you special summon this card from your hand, right? Okay, so you special summon a 2400 beat stick that's a level 7. Cool. And then what you can do is you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls and one attack position monster you control, right? Has to be attack position, not just a regular monster. You banish that opponent's card, and if you do, change that monster to defense position, right? So, you know, it's a bit of a weird banish, but it's not that bad, honestly. But you know, at least it does banish a face-up card. So it does, you know, you could technically banish, like, say, a field spell. Like, you're playing against Sal, they only play one of the field spell because it's so easy to get, but if they banish it, it's like kind of sucks for them. So you can like banish the field spell, and then it's like, well, there you go. You know, it's again, it's not a bad card. It's just a little weird, and they formatted it weird. Now, the Starlight rares are about $90 here, going up to about 100. Now, these could go up to 115. And by the way, guys, I actually have some boxes of Dawn of Majesty, and what I'm actually going to do is I might live stream the opening, actually, because you guys might like that. I'm going to do like my first live stream of an opening, because I really even want to try live streaming and branching out, along with doing some YouTube shorts and all that. Masterpiece, the True Draco Slayer King. Might not be bad to pick a copy up, by the way. So a lot of people want me to go over Masterpiece here. $30 here. First sets are like $39. Now, the issue with this card is it's not going to get a reprint, and it's banned. So this is your only printing. It's out of Maximum Crisis. I said that goes up because we have first set Secret Ash Blossoms in there. I believe there's nothing else notable in that set, at least right now, that's like worth looking at. But $39 for your first set in your mints. This was around 50 something during banless time. I believe it'll go around 50 something during banless time again. At this point, I would just rather get Super Harp Horrors. There's a lot better buys here. Yeah, the whole set is quite cheap. But what I want to point out is first aid diagrams. Now, I told people to get these when there were 4s, because this card, you know, yes, I believe it's limited or at 2 or something, but it is pretty good in true Draco decks, and Dinos used to play it. It's a little bit generic. You know, first aid near mints right now, well, we'll put lightly plates on for fun. So near mint, there's $6 here, going up to about 7s, you know, going up to roughly $8, 9s actually. And there's the front page only has like one playset, so there's not like a wall necessarily here. If you got these at 4, great job, you made some money. Maxx Ultimate Rares. Mob Play, 560. 700. My gird, I'm not even looking at near mints, and my gird is already activating. That's unfortunate. Yeah, $780. You know what the worst part is that's better than what I look at. But what's really funny to me is, would you rather get this copy for $780, or you spend, say, okay, well, this has 9 sales, but there's a guy with a PS9 here. This is actually not bad. Like, if he had more sales, because I'm not spending $880 on someone with 9 sales, I would actually say, hey, this is worth picking, because this is PS8, right? You're looking at an Ultimate Rare that's basically $600, but a PSA 9 for 900. That's very worth. The only issue, and by the way, some people say, oh, well, why don't you trust new sellers? Well, they're new sellers. Either they mess up, sometimes people try to scam. This isn't just for TCG player or anything like that. It's just universal here, right? You want to buy from people who have a lot of sales. Maxx Secret Rares. Now, I remember when I was younger, and this card was at 3, and I paid full price, which was $12 for this at the time. First eds, near mints, well, let's see, lightly played's 150, near mints, same exact thing. Kind of going up to 200 here. You got one from here, me from 180, going up to $400. You know, I wonder if secrets could actually hit that $400 mark. Because if oldies can hit 700-800, you know, secrets, you know, they're already around 160, 170. You know, 300. It's not like there's many listings here. It takes maybe 3 people, 4 people to buy it out. I'm not telling you to get first and secret maxis, but what I am telling you to get is Ulti Book of Moons. Now, lightly plates are $77 here. Near mints are about 81. You know, you got 2 copies there, but then it goes up to 85, going up to about $100 on the next page. I cannot stress how good of a buy this is. I think that this card was not exactly overhyped per se, but I think a lot of people underestimated the quantities of OTS 13 because there are still card stores that have OTS 13. They don't have OTS 14. I don't know how they ran out of 15, but they still have 13. That's crazy to me because OTS 15 is the most garbage OTS I think there is. I will put money on that. Has 2 of the worst ultimate rares, and then Hulk is good, but that's it. Right? Yeah, $100 here for your Ulti Book of Moons. 6 Samurai, Kizaru is actually bought out. You have 9 listings here. $23 going up to about 31s. Card needs a reprint. What's really funny is the other ones got reprints, like Hazan here. Yeah, you know, in Dual Overload, and you know, Secrets here, which are about $1, which is not a bad investment here, actually. If you want to get these at $1, because if 6 Sam start going up and all that, you know, these could be $3, $4 for the highest rarity. I mean, only $1 for highest rarity. Not too bad. Grandmaster of the 6 Samurai, Strike of Neos here. Now, funny enough, I actually have a first ed of this that I have specifically for my editor, which gives you guys the wonderful thumbnail. So thank you to Josh, my editor. I appreciate it. I still have a first ed for him. He's like, I want to work my way up towards this. And I said, sure. And I have one of them, and right now they're $265 going up to $330. But once these 2 copies are gone, they're $475. Shien Ultimate Rares. I told people to get these when they were cheap, but now they're not as cheap. Unlimiteds for 25, 26 is actually good. And you guys know that I know a card's about to go extinct when I'm telling you guys to get unlimited. You know, $30 here. Now, when we go to first eds, though, lightly plates are $76. That's some of the lowest I've seen them in a while. First and near mints are about 95. Lightly plate's not bad either for 75. You get $20 off, and let's be honest, if you get, you know, they could be near mint, but sometimes, you know, they could be a little worse. So there's a bit of a gamble there. But LP or near mint, first ed, I would definitely grab this unlimited or first edition. They actually have an unlimited picture for theirs, actually. But you know, 6 Sams will always run this card because it's literally just activate spell trap, negate. And then when it's destroyed, you can destroy another 6 Samurai monster you control instead, which could proc effects, but also just protects this card. And it's just so badass, man. 6 Samurais, man. You know, when Team Samurai decided to make his channel over an archetype, I have to admit, he did choose a pretty good archetype. I have to admit. But yeah, I would get these for because these are definitely going to skyrocket to 200 eventually. Just, you know, Strike of Neos versus Storm of Ragnarok. Strike of Neos is much harder to get. 6 Samurai United here. Basically, this is your draw 2 cards, but you have to be summon, so it's not like your free draw 2 like a lure or nothing like that. It's a very good draw card, but you have to have it a hand. It doesn't unclog your hand, so like you have to be careful of that. You have lightly plays at 30, near mints at about $40 here. It's not too bad. This card was around 12, 15. Being a super rare from a turbo pack, I just didn't pay it that much mind. Now you have other versions here. that are kind of notable. Now you have the Phantom Darkness rares are about, you know, $2. You have the commons here that are $2. You have Spirit Warrior Uniteds for supers for about $1, and then you have the structure decks for $1. So this card's worth money in every single printing. So if you see these in Vulcan and all that, hey, you have $1 something on your hands. Hatsume didn't get a. I always think Hatsume got a reprint. Well, these are about $6 going up to sevens. You know, going up to about $8 here. So if Kizzen could go up, this could go up as well. Inishi here, if you guys don't know what this does, you could banish 2 6-sam monsters from the graveyard, and you basically target a face-up monster on the field and return it to your hand. And then when you gain 2 more face, if you have 2 more face-up 6-sams, it's 2,200. It's not that great, but like the thing with 5Ds is when it came to monsters having removal, it wasn't rare at this point of the game, but we got so much more of it in Zexal, but it wasn't super common. And to have like, and we ran more pure archetypes back then because that's the way it was. So whatever, you know, it was hard whenever you needed to put something that in your deck to, you know, add to your kit of, hey, I need spell and trap removal. I have to run MST, for example, which everyone kind of did. You know, everyone ran the 1 dark hole. You guys get the point here. You would run this, and it was a bounce, which means that they would get a graveyard effect or be able to bring it back somehow with like Reborn, which, you know, was in and out of the format. So this card was pretty decent removal back then, but right now it really isn't much. Near mints are $9. I think unlimiteds were like $5-6 last time I checked this, so the card is moving. First of light plays $16. Near mints are $20. This is a cool looking 6-sam card, though. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't think 6-sams have bad looking ultis. Like, Cunning of the 6 Samurai. You set a face-up 6-sam monster, you control the graveyard, special summon 1 from either player's graveyard. I love how it says either player's graveyard. That's like the funniest thing to me, because this card, well, it wasn't like, you know, played in 6-sams. I did see this played in a side deck for a mirror match, because whenever 6-sams were played, you know, they just, because this just gives them ecstasy, right? Like, this is like a crack high that they get. If they Cunning, and they're playing a mirror match for 6-sams and they activate Cunning, they don't even care if they win the game, all right? They really don't. They're just like, oh man, Locals was fantastic today, man. They might even just get up from the table and just walk away after they activate Cunning and target, right? They won't even care about finishing the game, much less the match, right? I've seen it before. Unlimiteds are like $9-10. First editions though. Now these are about $22. Near mints are like $30. You don't have much copies if you want it, and it does look super cool. It's basically like a Shogun making his strategy. I mean, you can't hate the card. Elemental Mistress Dorito. Now, I actually have an unlimited one of these, but I want to actually have I'll give you guys a fun fact. I used to have a guy who I forgot his name. He wasn't a big gambling buddy, but we gambled and rolled for cards quite a lot. He took all my ulti striker stuff. You guys know that story when they were after the ban list and all that, because I rolled them, and unfortunate. But I remember I won a lot off him one day, and I won one of these first then. I had it in my you know, binder, and I remember because I was on a team at the time. I showed my teamers, oh, we got a lot of money. He's like, oh, what you get? I'm like, look, bro. And I remember, I think it was Jason, and he looked at me and he said, Tom? And I said, yeah. $200, and you got this? I got a few other cards too, and I'm like, oh yeah, man. And then he told me to kill myself. You know, he's a close friend, by the way. I know, so, you know, it's not like he actually meant that, but he just looked at me, because he didn't understand, because this was like $100 or something, or like 50, 60. So you have lightly played unlimited for $10, but I'll be straight up honest. Well, near mids for 25, going up to 30, but I only care about first eds. Because this card got bought out at the time, which was very weird. Yeah, first ed light plates were like $75. Near mints are about... Yeah, I'd rather have 2 lightly played. But to be honest with you, I'd rather have a Book of Moon. But this card is cool. It's really cool. Just, it's never been a card that's been played. This card, to my knowledge, has never seen play. It is very unique, though. Totally awesome. I still can't find mine. I actually did look today, because I mentioned my last video. I'm like, oh, I need to sell these. And I couldn't find them. I don't know why. $40 for first ed near mints, going up to 42. Here, you know, it's not what you want to pay, but it is what it is. Mega packs are like 35. That's disgusting. And then rares just hurt me internally. Fun fact, by the way, I actually ordered a couple packs of this set to see what I can pull just for fun. Uh, Magical Hero here, uh, $55 for near mints. First sets are $60 here, with secrets being about 45. Now, a lot of people know that we're getting Legend Duel Season 3, so this is dropped. But people still want to play this card. It could drop to 40, but the issue with this is that we don't know what printing we're gonna get as our reprint. Now, we know we're gonna get colored ones for sure, like blue, purple, all that. If we get ultra rare, people just love the secret, so I think this will stay decent. If we get a secret rare, this is gonna drop like a hard rock. Black Rose Dragon, Starlight rare. Some people want my advice on Black Rose Dragon. Now, I want to also mention something this while I'm in the middle of this video. I actually got a message on Twitter today about someone and who needed some help with being a seller. Apparently, he said, oh, you kind of inspired me a bit, which I love hearing that, right? If I inspire people to make moves and start trying to either make money for themselves, make a little side hustle or whatever, that's great, because even if you move on from Yu-Gi-Oh! Or this channel, it doesn't matter. You still not only have the memories, but the knowledge of the market. So if you go into something else business-oriented, you could be like, hey, I have this knowledge from Yu-Gi-Oh! And it could really help. I definitely could tell you, as a businessman, it definitely learning about Yu-Gi-Oh! The business of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because some of its general knowledge, not all of it, mind you, helped me in other fields, including, the stock market and stuff like that. Teaching me short-term versus long-term. I think this game does a fantastic job of doing that if you actually open your eyes. But getting back to the point here, he actually had an issue being a seller. He had a question. And what I'm going to tell you guys is I'm not the most knowledgeable person, but I am quite knowledgeable. I don't always have the answers, and I don't always see every comment as, I try to do my best. I see almost every single comment, but, I try to get back to people, do everything. If you guys ever run into an issue or you have a struggle with something, with, this game or anything like that, feel free to reach to me, because I know, especially when it comes to, like, selling, I'm not going to teach anyone how to vend or strategies or nothing like that. So if you DM me with that, I'm not that type of person, and I don't want to do it for certain reasons. But if someone, basically what it was he didn't know how to handle a certain situation as a seller when basically there's issues with customers, and I gave him an answer, and it just kind of got me to thinking of, like, when I was selling cards and all that, I had one person who was actually Tony, by the way, shout out to Tony, that kind of helped me with stuff that I was confused with and things like that. And to this day, he actually does still help me, and stuff. So, shouts to him, because he really helps me out. Now, Starlight rares are $500 for Black Roses. It's not that this is a bad buy, but we have so much Lightning Overdrive out there. I think that if you want to grab this, while it's not bad, you just have time. That's the issue. Now, Ghost rares. Yeah, we're gonna put lightly plates in your mints here. 230. About 310 for a near mint here. Cool. Now, first eds are about 1200s, 1300s here. My guess is if you could find a Ghost Rare Black Rose, grab that. If you can find a Starlight, grab that as well. And you might be thinking, that doesn't really solve the question of which Black Rose to get. They're both great, but what you want to do is you want to take advantage of, the people around you and all that. If you offer 90% on either rarity, I'm positive that the person's going to part with it. You don't have to pay tax. They don't have to pay tax if they sold it on a website. You get to also see the card, no guessing, and you get that day, everybody wins, right? But I think that getting an unlimited ghost is actually a pretty nice idea. It's also a lot cheaper. So if you have to get one right now, I would grab an unlimited ghost. First sets aren't bad either as well, but it's a lot of money. So, if you have that money to spend, go for it. Morphtronic cell phone. No, these are just cancer. Dual terminals. I know. And then the funny thing about commons is, if you go first set, now this Crossroads of Chaos, so first set's a little rare. These actually do shoot up to $1, which I find humorous. Dark Magician Girl 2020 and Dark okay, it's right here. Okay, I was about to say, where's my Dark Magician Girl? Now, I know it's funny to me how people ask me which version is better. Well, 2020 is considered the first edition version, right? This is the first of the Lost Arts, so this will always be worth more, and you should always grab these. Now, I remember when people were making the mistake on which one to grab, because this one has a thicker border, actually. So it is different. as well as the numbers, because this is 019, this is 035. And this is actually one of the only like numerals I've memorized in the game, because you don't really need to do that. But I told people to exchange theirs for 2020 because it was like a $5 difference. Now, near mints here are about, lively plates are 41. Near mints are about $43, going up to 44, which isn't too bad here. Now, 2021s are about 25, so if you exchange them when the price was a lot closer, well, you have a version that's roughly almost $20 more, you know, $15 to $20 more. It's not like these are bad per se. You know, you're paying half and you're still getting one. And it's cool to have one that has a thicker border. So, like, you know, for me, I have a lot of the 2020 versions, but I do have one copy of 2021 just because it's different. Not necessarily that I think it was the better investment or anything like that. The other thing I'm going to also add is that, you know, if you see people with this card, you know, I would definitely trade for it, even this version. So I would do that, but I don't know if I could tell you to buy it unless you have a discount on it. Now, Nurse Dragon Maid, this flopped really, really hard. You got 9 copies here for $5.10, $6, you know, $8, and like a lot of card stores don't even have this. This is crashing hard. I would keep an eye on this because if this becomes super, now at $5, I don't even think it's bad at $5, but if this goes to 3 or 4, I would just go grab it. Because that's not a bad investment here, because a lot of people are gonna rather want to play a lost art than a gold rare, which gold rares are pretty low as well here. You know, $2, which is more than the $1.30 that I told people to grab, but yeah. Heartbeat Dancer here. So you target a wind monster you control, return to hand, and then normal summon a wind monster. Right? It's not that good anymore in Harpy strategies. That's why people don't want to play it. But these are about $9. I always just like this card because it reminds me of belly dancing and all that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the market watch today. I know that I definitely had a lot of fun putting it out for you guys. I may or may not live stream tomorrow night. I'm not really too sure. Normally I don't do 2 live streams in a week, but you guys have been great, and a lot of you actually have been, you know, hitting the donation goal, which is awesome. I told people you don't have to donate when you come to live streams. As long as you're there and having fun, you know, that's all I care about. If you want to hit the like button and all that, hey, that's wonderful, right? You know, I also appreciate that as well. But like I said, live streams are for fun. The fact that it helps me a little bit with gas is great. And I'm not going to give you the whole struggle with how I've had a few downs lately, but thank you to all those who helped me. I always appreciate it. Thank you all my YouTube channel members. I appreciate it. Especially my $50 members, like, you know, Seto Kaiba's bank account, because, you know, he doesn't, you know, some of them don't actually request videos anymore because they're just happy with the content I put out. I just wish I had a little more time to put out all the content I want. And that's one thing that I kind of want to work on, because I'm not going to sit here and give you the whole squeal as a creator. Oh, I never do enough, this or that. I think I do a lot for you guys. I do a great job. But I as a person, I as not, you know, not only a creator, but I as Thomas really want to make a bunch more content because I just simply want to, you know. And I know that you guys are going to have a lot of fun with it, obviously, as well. But leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next Market Watch. Let me know what I'm going over in the comment section below. Peace.